follow up, and we have this kind of, I guess, seamless, relationship with other agencies or other departments within the town to help our residents. So we get called on the most mundane things, might not have anything to do with the police department, but we'll send somebody out to hear how we can help or how we can refer you to get you help. There's two ways to call the police department. Obviously, everybody knows 911. If you call 911 here, it goes to a call center in Jersey City, so there's a little bit of a delay in communication. If you call our direct number, which we always say, please call us directly, 201-865-1111, you're gonna reach somebody on 38th Street, a dispatcher that's in direct communication with the officers in the street. So when you call, and a lot of people bring this up, they're gonna ask you a lot of questions. What's your name, what's your number, what's your address, where you calling from, what's going on? And again, when folks call, sometimes it's a critical incident where, you know, you're nervous, your emotions are high, and when you're getting this barrage of questions, or something that feels like a barrage of questions, you know, we get some people that get upset, and that's understandable. But what we always say is that please help our dispatchers. They're gonna get as much information as possible so they can give it to our officers in the field. This is not about, you know, us trying to find out anything about you or what you're doing or why we're calling or anything like that. It's just basically to get as much information as possible so we can put it out and do what we have to do out on the field. Now, the other thing that we say is, again, like we said, like I said, if you see something, say something. We can't depend on just the officers that are on patrol to detect everything that's going on. We need your help. That's why we want to have a good relationship with the public. We need you to be our eyes and ears out there. So one of the examples I always give is, we've had, and this is just, you know, everywhere in the United States, there's people are stealing catalytic converters from cars. So it's a very unique, I guess, call for service or incident. The way it occurs, it's very similar all the time. They remove these catalytic converters with saws. So when you hear a saw, especially in the middle of the night when you do this, it's very clear. You're sleeping, you're very quiet in your house, and you hear metal grinding, you should say to yourself, hey, that's not normal. And we've had people, hey, I'm looking out, this is what's happening. That's what we need. We need your help. The bad guys know what we look like. We don't know what they look like. But, you know, we've had people that are calling us up and say, hey, there's a guy underneath the car. Can you send a unit? And by the way, this happens like in under a minute. So a lot of times they'll park next to a car, usually an SUV because they're bigger pieces. They have more precious metals inside. They have like platinum and stuff. That's why they steal them, because they sell them. But this is one of the things that we, you know, always use as an example. Without your help, these guys can go underneath the car, cut out this piece in under a minute, and be done. And the only reason we know, or anybody knows, is when you go and start your car, it sounds like you're, you know, driving a 747. It's gonna sound like, you know, like a noise, and you're like, what happened? You might not even know. And you take it to your mechanic, and they go, oh yeah, you're missing your catalytic converter. They stole it. So this is one of the things that we say is that if you look out the window and you see it, they might not be stealing yours, but they might be stealing yours. And same way is, you know, we don't have to be best friends, love each other and stuff like that, but the least thing we can do is try and be good neighbors. That's something that we always try and instill in everyone. So I'll finish it out by saying this, is that, you know, we need meetings like this to exchange information to find out what's happening in your neighborhoods. When you see a community meeting like this, please attend. Obviously, you four are the heroes today, because it's like minus 8,000 and you're here to listen to me speak. So I appreciate that. But this is what we need, is for people to come out and let us know, hey, this is what's happening in my neighborhood. How can you help me? And the good part is that, and we were talking about this earlier, we get a lot of complaints at these meetings about parking, and the blessing in disguise that we always say is that there's other towns that if you had these police community meetings 140 times a year in different parts, which other towns are probably not doing this. They hear other complaints about serious crime, people getting shot, stabbed, robbed. You know, not to say that that can't happen here, but thankfully, thank God, these are not the complaints that we receive here. We get complaints like, you know, no parking or parking issues, or sometimes, to be honest with you, people complaining about dog dirt, people not picking up after animals. People feeding pigeons. So we get complaints, you know, the run of the mill. Thankfully, they're a little bit more mundane than in other places that have high crime. And I think it's because of the relationship that we have with the community. When you bring us a complaint, the mayor's not here right now, but he demands results in everything. Pigeon? Where at? By the monastery?
Right? No. 21st and West. When I went to talk to him.
So, 21st and West. So we've had.
Then even by our church on 27th between New York
We
and
don't even feed them.
They-
The 21st he's feeding them that night.
During the day, we've had that complaint. So we have a quality, so this is one of the things, we have a quality of life unit, which we pass on complaints like this. And, you know, we have to, I don't know if you've seen it, we've put up there on occasion a mobile camera.
Yeah.
You've seen that, right?
By alley is not, but that's not good.
Yeah,
Talking
that's
about
what-
hundreds.
Yeah, so we have mobile cameras that we move from time to time depending on where we need it, but that's another example of like, hey, we have an issue in this area, let's try and do something. Sometimes it's the camera, sometimes it's something else. But we need to know from the folks that live there, hey, this is what's going on. Without that, we can't depend on, you know, the officer that's on patrol in his car waiting for a call to come in or going from call to call and not knowing what's on, you know, out on the street or on, you know, in a particular area.
Yeah, yes, you have a lot of, stealing going on and people delivering packages.
Yes, so that's another
I
thing.
mean, I came out the other day and my next door neighbor was going to tell me about it, and there's like 3 cops. I said, oh, who's sick? I thought someone was sick.
Yeah.
They said, no, I just, it's on the 3rd floor, he just got the message that his, package was delivered. We came downstairs, they even have a window open, it says, put it in the window. This nut job just put it on the thing, so by the time I came down, it was done.
So we have initiated that, that's not just here, it's everywhere, just because it's so easy. And again, the philosophy is if you see something, say something, right? Unfortunately, sometimes what we get is, you're gonna send me my box of shoes, deliver it right to my doorstep. Somebody takes it, somebody takes it, and then I look and I call the company, I said, they stole my box of shoes, okay, no problem, another one's on the way. And then you wait till tomorrow, I'm like, okay. But if we don't know about it, then how do we know that we should be in that area looking for people stealing packages?
Just never happened, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that we need the public's help and let us know what's happening, so we can. Sometimes they do that, but you know where it is? So, some of these people on the joke I always like to say, and you know, you're gonna appreciate this, your teachers, they steal packages, they go to jail temporarily or whatever it is, and when they come out, do you think they're gonna enroll in college? They're gonna go stealing packages. So we catch some of these people multiple times. You know, we have them on ring cameras and we're like, oh yeah, we know that.
My next door neighbor has a sign, he made a sign, right? Made a sign, please, open the door, they have this one door that's open, open the door, put it in, they just bring it in front, right in front, sometimes even on the stairs, I have to call her. And say, Sonia, please, get your packages there.
Yeah, the delivery people sometimes, you know, they make it so easy. We were talking about the cell phones before. They put it there, they take a picture, and then, you know, the mission's complete. So, you know, they don't really care once their delivery's done.
We have to sign for the package.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions or concerns? Sir?
Yeah, my concern is with the police training, not only on a state level, but on a nationwide level, because my concern is people that are exerting their constitutional rights are ended up getting arrested for just exercising their rights, their First Amendment rights and their Ninth Amendment rights. Their right to travel is means that you don't require a license to use your automobile. It's in the ninth. Our natural rights are reserved in the Ninth Amendment, where it specifically states the enumeration of powers given to the federal government or the states does not disparage or deny the people's reserved rights. So my right to travel means that I don't require a license, because the license is for commercial use only. It's not for private state citizens. I've seen not only on YouTube that various people who have exercised their natural rights, when they get pulled over or stopped, they're met with violence, or they get what do you call it? They get their property destroyed or confiscated for simply exercising their right to travel. So that's my main concern right now, because I myself have been a target of this, not only in Union City, but also in Secaucus, North Bergen, and Essex County for exercising my right to travel. And I've been threatened with arrest, and under duress, I've had no choice but to identify myself using my license. I have since surrendered my license. I don't require a license to travel. I don't require a license to use an automobile. A vehicle is a commercial term. I'm not a driver. I'm a traveler under natural law. I am under common law jurisdiction. I am state citizen of the New Jersey Republic under common law jurisdiction and natural law, which means God's law. All these statutes or codes, regulations, they're all man-made codes that only for your use. The Constitution was not the grantor of people's rights, but it was a limitation set for federal government and state governments. So I just want to know why police training is so poor, that we have people that exercise their natural rights get stopped and treated like criminals when they're simply exercising their rights, their natural rights, set under natural law set by the Creator.
So when you're saying traveling, you're saying driving a car on a car?
No, I'm not saying traveling and driving are two separate things. Traveling is my right to what?
I'm not aware of anybody being arrested for traveling.
Traveling by any means of conveyance, meaning traveling using a car.
So you're saying you don't need a license to drive a car, a means of conveyance? Is that what
Yes. I'm saying I don't require a license to use an automobile to travel using a car. I'm not saying driving, because driving is a commercial term. I operate in the private. I am a state citizen of the New Jersey Republic, which is very different from the state of New Jersey. State of New Jersey is a corporation under the United States Corporation, which is located in the District of Columbia. So my concern is for those of us, the state citizens that are exercising our natural, unalienable rights to travel and don't require a license, because it is stated very clearly in case law under Murdoch versus the state of Pennsylvania that a license is not required under any means or circumstances. Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham very clearly states that if any state requiring a license, the person can ignore the license with impunity.
I'm not aware of that, but I know that there's licensing requirements for any motor vehicle on any public road in all 50 states.
Well, that is a violation of our constitutional rights.
I'm sorry if I can't answer your question, but if it's a constitutional matter, it's probably dealt with in a federal court. In New Jersey, everybody's required to have a license that's operating a motor vehicle on the public roads.
Well, I said that's still a violation of my constitutional rights, because I am a state citizen of the.
Have you brought this up to a federal court?
I have brought this up to the mayor. I have sent an affidavits to to Mayor Stack, and I have not gotten any response from the mayor. I have sent affidavits to at the time Governor Murphy. I have sent affidavits to Attorney General Matthew Plecken, asserting my status as a sovereign man under state citizenship, which is different from a U.S. citizenship, because U.S. citizenship is
What were those results?
I have not gotten a response from anyone. I have not gotten a response from the Attorney General, from the Mayor Stack, or from Governor Murphy, or
Okay, I mean, I would defer to find out what the results are. Like I said, my understanding is, every single state in the union, requires a license, a driver's license for anybody operating a motor vehicle in public roads. If you're bringing up some kind of constitutional argument or a federal argument, I think that's best done, in the, federal, arena, not municipal, or like the lowest level of government.
right. Well, I mean that's my concern, because like I said, I've seen people get pulled over for no.
We follow the law, so whatever the prevailing law at the time is, whether that's state or federal, that's what we'll be following currently. Like I said, everybody's required to have a license that operates a motor vehicle on our public roads in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's if you're operating in commerce. I am operating as a private citizen. So if I'm operating in the private, that means I don't require a license to use my car. So requirement of a license is only for 14th Amendment U.S. citizens. I am not a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. I am a state national of the New Jersey Republic, which is very different from the 14th Amendment.
Okay. I'm sorry I don't have a clear answer for you. Like I said, we follow the law here in New Jersey, specifically Union City, and my understanding is, like what I said, that everybody needs a license that's operating a motor vehicle on public roads. Let me just take any other questions, because I don't want to take too long. It's cold outside. I know everybody has to get home and stuff. Would you?
Me una pregunta. ¿Usted habla español?
Sí.
¿Alguno de los policías habla español?
Creo que sí.